Hello again. Welcome back to week 31 of year 5 of the Religious Education Initiative. This is day 2. So last time we read the first half of the Akathist hymn and saw the entire narrative of the Lord's incarnation from the Annunciation through to the feast of the meeting in the temple on the 40th day after his birth. So this time we will see the hymnographer shift gears and reflect on the entire mystery revealed to us in the Virgin Mary, as she exemplifies the new creation and the wonder of humanity renewed and united with our Creator. And I will say, the promises that are made to the Virgin Israel, in Jeremiah, these are fulfilled specifically in the Virgin Mary. So this is beginning the third stanza, Ecos 7. Manifesting himself to us, his creatures, the Creator displayed a new creation. He sprang from an unsown womb, preserving it as it had been, uncorrupted, that we, beholding the miracle, might hymn the woman, exclaiming, "Rejoice, flower that does not faint! Rejoice, crown of self-restraint! Rejoice, who project a foreshowing of resurrection glory! Rejoice, who reflect the angel's life story! Rejoice, tree laden with splendid fruit which the faithful eat! Rejoice, trunk shady with broad leaves beneath which many retreat! Rejoice, who give birth to an indicator for those who have gone astray! Rejoice, who are pregnant with a liberator for those under another's sway! Rejoice, petition to the just assessor! Rejoice, remission for many a transgressor! Rejoice, splendid dress of those stripped of the courage to speak! Rejoice, tenderness overcoming all passions. Rejoice, O unwedded bride. And then the 8th Kondakion. Now that we have seen a strange birth, we are estranged from the earth, transferring our minds to heaven. For this is why God on high appeared as a humble mortal, wishing to draw up to the height those who cry to him, Alleluia. And then the 8th Ecos. On earth below, the uncircumscribed Word was wholly present, and was in no way absent from heaven above, for a divine condescension took place, not a change of location, in the bearing of a child by a virgin filled with God, who heard these words. Rejoice, monstrance of God unconfinable! Rejoice, entrance of hallowed mystery! Rejoice, for the faithless a doubtful story! Rejoice, for the faithful a doubtless glory! Rejoice, divinest transportation of him above the cherubim! Rejoice, the finest habitation of him above the seraphim! Rejoice, who align opposites in harmony! Rejoice, who combine virginity and maternity! Rejoice, through whom transgression is nullified! Rejoice, through whom paradise is opened wide! Rejoice, the key to Christ's domain! Rejoice, guarantee of eternal gain! Rejoice, O unwedded bride. And the 9th Kontakion hymn. Perceiving the mighty work of your being made man, all angel kind. Perceiving the mighty work of your being made man, all angel kind marveled, for they saw him who as God is inaccessible, a man accessible to all, dwelling among us, yet hearing on all sides this, Alleluia. And then Ecos number 9. Quailing before you, God-bearer, eloquent orators, we behold as dumb as fishes, for they are at a loss to say how you both remain a virgin and are capable of childbearing. But we, marveling at the mystery, with faith cry, Rejoice, of God's wisdom a repository, rejoice, of his providence a depository. Rejoice, who discover metaphysicians to be blind. Rejoice, who uncover rhetoricians as lacking in mind. Rejoice, because the smart debaters have been made to drivel. Rejoice, because the myth creators have been made to shrivel. Rejoice, you who rend the webs of the Athenians. Rejoice, you who fill the nets of the fishermen. Rejoice, who draw us up from the depth of unknowing. Rejoice, who illumine many towards knowing. Rejoice, for those wishing to be saved, a boat. Rejoice, a port for those on the sea of life afloat. Rejoice, O unwedded bride. And the 10th Kondakion hymn. Regulator of everything, wishing to save the world, he came hither of his own accord, and as God, being a shepherd, he appeared like us for us, and summoning like to like, as God he hears. Alleluia. And then beginning the 4th stanza, the 10th Ikos hymn. Shelter you are for virgins, virgin God-bearer, and for all those who have recourse to you. For the Creator of heaven and earth made you immaculate one, dwelling in your womb, and teaching all to address you thus. Rejoice, mainstay of virgin continence. Rejoice, gateway to our deliverance. Rejoice, surveyor of reformed intelligence. Rejoice, purveyor of divine excellence. Rejoice, for you have revived those conceived in disgrace. Rejoice, for to those deprived of sense you have given advice. Rejoice, who destroy the overthrower of rationality. Rejoice, who bear the sower of purity. Rejoice, of a seedless wedding the bridal room. Rejoice, who betrothed the faithful to the Lord as groom. Rejoice, good nursemaid of virgin girls. Rejoice, the bridesmaid of holy souls. Rejoice, O unwedded bride. And the 11th Kondakion. Trying to match in extent the multitude of your many mercies, every hymn fails. For though we offer to you, Holy King, as many strains of song as there are grains of sand, we accomplish nothing worthy of your gifts to those who cry to you. Alleluia. In the 11th Ikos hymn. Unto those in darkness appearing, we behold the Virgin, the Holy Virgin, as a lambent torch. For kindling the insubstantial light, she leads everyone towards divine knowledge, illumining the mind with dawn's radiance, honored with this utterance. Rejoice, gleam of the thought-begetting sun. Rejoice, beam of the never-setting moon. Rejoice, lightning and lightening souls. Rejoice, thunder frightening foes. Rejoice, because you diffuse the light that broadly glows. Rejoice, because you effuse the river that broadly flows. Rejoice, who portray the font's prefigurement. Rejoice, who remove our sins' disfigurement. Rejoice, washing bowl, cleansing the conscience. Rejoice, mixing bowl, dispensing enjoyments. Rejoice, fragrance of Christ's sweet exhalation. Rejoice, existence of mystic exultation. Rejoice, O unwedded bride. In the 12th Kondakion, wishing to grant grace in respect of ancient debts, he who absolves all mankind came of his own will to reside with those residing outside his grace, and tearing up the debit sheet, he hears on all sides this, Alleluia. And the 12th Ikos hymn. Your offspring we sing, all praising you, God-bearer, as a living church, for dwelling in your womb the Lord who holds all things in his hand, sanctified, glorified, and taught everyone to cry to you. Rejoice, tent of God and word. Rejoice, saint greater than saints. Rejoice, treasure chest gilded by the Spirit. Rejoice, treasure house of life inexhaustible. Rejoice, diadem prized of reverent monarchs. Rejoice, honored pride of deferent hierarchs. Rejoice, fortification of the church never shaken. Rejoice, circumvallation of the kingdom never taken. Rejoice, through whom trophies are erected. Rejoice, through whom enemies are dejected. Rejoice, cure of my outer skin. Rejoice, care for my soul within. Rejoice, O unwedded bride. And finally, the 13th Kondakion hymn. Zealously hymned by all mother who have given birth to the most holy word of all holy things, accepting the present offering, deliver from every calamity and from future torments of hell all those who cry to you. Alleluia. Okay, so that's a lot of reading, and truly this speaks for itself. I want to just emphasize the extent to which the Akathist hymn meditates on the Virgin Mary, both in terms of the Old Testament, of all the promises and prophecies and expectations of the people of God, of the promised land, of the nation of Israel, of the temple, of the tabernacle, of the Ark of the Covenant, of the fertility of the land, of the promise of blessings to all the nations. All of this is present here, revealed in its fulfillment in the Virgin Mary, who gives birth to God the Word. It's not quite possible, I think, to identify a single theme for the 4 stanzas. But there are generally themes that hold true. It's easier for the first 2 because the first stanza is all about the Annunciation, and the second stanza is all about the Nativity. So we have Annunciation on the one hand and Christmas and associated feasts on the other. The third and fourth stanzas are a little bit more difficult because we're not recounting historical events, we're meditating on what they mean. But I think, broadly speaking, we can see in the third stanza, there is this sense of the Virgin Mary as the fulfillment of the temple, of the promised land, of the nation of Israel, as the vessel of the grace and presence of God, as a source of life for all of humanity, as the Garden of Eden, as the return to paradise. All of these scriptural images are present in the third stanza, and yeah. The fourth stanza, though, I think if there's a theme to it, it's moving beyond just, she is the fulfillment of the promised land, but there's an agency, there's an activity to her as well, to her and to all the saints. So we're meditating on the Virgin Mary as the prototype, as the first fruits of sanctified humanity, of human beings in right relationship with God, as proclaimers and preachers and protectors and helpers and messengers and laborers and nurturers and healers. We're talking about the church with the Virgin Mary, and the church that is imitating and participating in the life that God has shown forth in her, as not just the container of the grace of God, but as actively participating, as co-laboring with the Lord, as having a part to play that is active, and this is a beautiful thing, almost beyond imagination and hope, beautiful and true. So, and what we are all called to, even if we often forget it. This is the glory of humanity as God intended for us to be. Not just low and humble, but raised up to a glorious work together with Him, in Him and in obedience to Him. But nonetheless, work that we do with Him. So, anyway, God bless you all. We'll see you shortly for our day 3 reading.